This is a 1978 Ducati 900 SS. This bike matters because it's a very significant motorcycle ridden by Mike Hailwood. He was one of my heroes, a fantastic rider and a Formula One car racer. And this is the last bike that he rode. He raced this bike in the Isle of Man. He rode the year before. I came out of retirement after many, many years, and he had a fairy tale win. He actually won the Isle of Man in 1978, rode this one in 1979. Mike Hailwood was racing all the Japanese industry, Suzuki, Yamahas, Hondas, Kawasaki's, and he was out on a Ducati. And after coming out of retirement for something like 11 years, he just smoked everybody, but showed you what a real champion he was. And it's just remarkable that he just rode this bike like he'd never been off a bike before. It's totally original. His sponsor was Castor Oil. And if you look at the colours, it's the colours of the Castor Oil can. It's a V-twin engine, a Desmo motor, which means it has no valve spring, so it revs very freely. A typically Italian motorcycle, good steering, good handling, good flexible power. It's a perfect race bike. Ducatis really are street legal race bikes, and they're a little uncomfortable until you get them on the track or on a nice windy road, and then they're magic. This bike, it's narrow, it's light, it goes around the corners well, and also the engine is very flexible. It doesn't need a very, very high RPM. It makes power over a very broad range, so it's very user-friendly. Now and again we replace the tyres because we want to take it out and run it, but the main thing is storing in the right environment, in the right climatic conditions. We have to leave it original because it's such a significant piece of history, and I think it's one of the few bikes that survived the actual road and race, so how can you get any better than that? I'm Slark from the Barber Vintage Motorsports Museum, and this bike matters.